Hello and welcome to another MCO market update on BTC. Yeah, Bitcoin chart is pushing a little bit higher. We wanted to see one more high. That happened now. We have to see if we can now really get to 98,745, but that would be the next ideal target. But bear in mind, this move up is now at the end. In my view, we're getting close to the end of this rally. Yeah. Now, I shared with you a support area. I shared with you a triangle, and I shared with you my preferred interpretation that we should see an upside breakout from here. In my view, while we're pushing higher, it kind of still looks weak somehow. I mean, I don't know. It kind of looks weak. Just an impression, because if I look at the altcoin sector, they are just not performing today. I mean, here and there a little bit, but nothing major anyway. What is important to understand, and this is so important, that a triangle is typically the last consolidation before, like, the last push in an uptrend. So that means I expect with this move up, this structure to finish. All right? That's my view. And that could be in the B wave we discussed in the previous video, or even the wave 5, so that it would potentially be a more substantial top. And what did I want to see? One more high, yes. Happened. So be ready, okay? Be ready. Now, it would be ideal if we could get to the next upside fib level, but it still seems there's still a bit of a distance there. What I can tell you is that if we now get a break below the last swing low, which formed here at the end of the Elliott Wave triangle, here at around 96,700, that would be a first signal that a top has formed. If we then also break below 95,280, then this is likely a top, okay? This here is really just on the nano level. I know some of the members traded the breakout attempt higher because it was quite clear, the triangle today. But bear in mind, this is really only something for scalpers. I mean, this is not like, oh, we've got a triangle. Okay, let's see how it goes over the weekend. I mean, it is like typically the last consolidate, like the second to last move before the end of a structure, all right? That's important to understand. Now, the triangle breakout was, I was watching for it. Let's say it was forecasted. We were watching for it. If you are unaware, these are kind of the updates you get as a gold member in our members area. So after the last update, sort of just before the market, the stock market opened, based on the nanostructures, this would be an ideal spot to start the E wave of the triangle, right? So we're watching for that E wave, which happened, and then we had this upside breakout. So that was clearly what we were watching for. And also the next upside level to watch was already on the chart. So we need to see now if the market can get there. But bear in mind, this is likely going to be the last push higher, at least based on what I see right now. And if you're interested in tracking the trend higher, well, it's going to be this 96,700 level roughly that can keep the uptrend alive. A break below would be a first red flag. A break below 95,280 would be a more substantial top signal. And then, as I explained in the last video, then, only then, we should consider that either the C wave in the wave 4 in the white scenario has started, or maybe even a more substantial correction in yellow wave B that could even send us down into the low 80K region or so. Now, I also am tracking, in addition, and you know that on our Discord server, you also get here and there Nasdaq bonus updates, because I am watching the Nasdaq as well in parallel, just for context. And also here, the Nasdaq still has some room for higher. But if you have been following my Nasdaq updates, then you know that, like a couple of weeks ago, the idea was that the market over the coming weeks should track towards 20,820. That's still up there, my milestone target. Well, most of that rally is likely done. We started down here around 17.7K. And 80% of that journey is done, like 90%. So also here, we're probably approaching the end of a rally, okay? So it's important to understand that. So sometimes when structures are not very clear, we can consider other markets, asset classes, just to see, do we see a bit more clarity there, even though we have to take every chart on its own. But Nasdaq provided a long trade setup here and yesterday as well, and Bitcoin is kind of moving with the stock market at the moment. I don't want to say one of them is leading or anything, but, you know, it's just one social mood, right? So just want to show you that, because also here we're getting to the end. I mean, maybe another 4-5 pattern would also be ideal. I don't necessarily see that on the BTC chart. Well, I kind of do, because this would be a 4-5, this 4-5. So on the Bitcoin chart, just to share with you, could be this C wave, right? If we really get that last 4-5. But either way, we are close to the end of a rally that started on the 7th of April. So looking good, everything according to plan today. Basically, minimum requirements now also fulfilled here for a 5-wave move up. This was a pretty clear consolidation. But yeah, expect a setback soon, because this is, first of all, we're heading into the weekend, right? We're heading into the weekend. There's likely going to be some consolidation anyway. And this is likely a 5th wave either way, all right? So overall, good performance today. Now it's just about, tracking it higher, basically against the last swing low. So until we get a little bit more structure. I mean, if we see a little bit more structure here, we can add maybe a micro structure or nano structure, which I'll do later if there is anything we can see. But until then, this last swing low here at around 96,700 acts as direct key level for higher prices. So yeah, that's the update on Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. As a member, you get access to our member-only videos. Today, we covered VTHO, yesterday, Jasmy, Polygon, Brad, Bonk, and so on. You also get access to our member-only live stream. Happens every Sunday, 5 p.m. UTC. We typically cover around about 40 to 50 coins in those live streams. As a gold member, in addition, you get access to our Discord server, chat rooms, learning material, member-only videos, and much more. And also, we now cover the gold and silver charts as well. And like those Nasdaq updates, not very often, but here and there you get some overview there as well. Plus, obviously, the altcoin charts. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.